So today, I'm going to be saying one thing I like about every legend. Do me a favor and leave a like, because this was actually harder than I thought it would be. Let me know what you think I missed and what you think I got right. Olgrim. I like that they nerfed him in the most recent patch. 7. I like her unique signature gimmick. It would be cool to see more of this in future characters or even on old character reworks. Jiro. The thing I like most about him is his character design. His shadow clones really complement his shinobi look he's got going on. Nyx? She doesn't have a single bad skin, but in fairness, you can't really screw up a character as iconic as the Grim Reaper unless you're really trying to sabotage your business. Nash. He has amazing stats. Shame it's on Nash of all characters, though. Orion. I like the lore design of this legend. I think the devs went the right route by not revealing his identity, and I hope they never will. Lin Fei. I don't play her or canon enough, but I love her high dex, and I think it works really well on a character like this. Rayman. I love what Rayman means for Brawlhalla. It not only signifies how far we have come, but it also opens the gates for having non-original characters who aren't just a crossover skin, which is huge for a game like Brawlhalla. Bodvar. I mean, he's the mascot of the game. It's hard not to like him. He's sorta the whole reason Brawlhalla exists if you think about it. Val. I really like that some of the signatures have two different versions when gravity canceled against the wall. I hope BMG revisits some of these ideas for the future. King Zuva. I love that he is basically unplayed. Can you imagine if people caught on to how abusable he is? Onyx? I don't know why, but I feel like she just makes sense. Her weapons are basically the opposite of each other, with cannon being more horizontal and gauntlets more vertical. Bryn. I love how satisfying side sig on spear is to land. A personal favorite of mine is slide charging it from the edge of the stage. Ezio. I'm just glad one of my childhood heroes made it into Brawlhalla, even if I don't play him or Orb that often. Volkov. He makes Axe feel like a light weapon. I know Axe doesn't need to be any faster, but his high dex is really fun, I have to admit. Wushang. I like that he can be a frog. Asuri. Her Katar's Ensig is so good. This signature single-handedly made me fall in love with Katars, and I think more legends deserve to have a signature that spikes. Thatch. Thatch was released as part of a Pirates vs. Ninjas themed event. Now that skirmishes exist, I think this should be revisited. Azoth. His skins all tie into his lore in a really cool way. His Season 4 Battle Pass skin is kinda like the final upgrade to me. Vector. I like that he believed that humans looked like Transformers and went under the transformation fully confident he was going to fit in the present day. Tezuka was the introduction of battle boots, so take that as you will, but you have to admit that his signatures look pretty cool. Ragnir. I forget how good his Katar's neutral sig is. Any type of spike signature is welcome as long as it's not on me. Mirage. Being the first Scythe legend, this character represents something special for me and many others. Priya. Our very own diversity hire. Having different places represented is pretty cool, I guess. Diana. Her design. She's the closest thing to a Bloodborne crossover we're gonna get. Artemis. This one has to be the lore implications. Her rivalry with Orion is really interesting. It'd be cool if we have more legends related to their beef added in the future. Thor. Although I'm not interested in playing him at all, I have to admit he is the perfect addition to Brawlhalla. Teros. His neutral sig on Axe. Even though it was ranked number 2 in my most annoying signatures video, I can understand why people like spamming it over the edge so much. Sir Roland. I like a few patches ago, before his buffs. Isaiah. He has a couple of sig true combos, those are pretty cool. I don't know. He's pretty underwhelming. Dusk. I like that he invented his own weapon in the lore. He managed to forge his own orb while in prison. Queen Nai. I like that she has barely any speed. Anything to make this character less viable in the meta is appreciated. Caspian. He's an absolute menace. His side sig is slowly becoming one of my favorite signatures in the game. Magyar. I like that Magyar's just a suit of armor, and people still defend this character and say he's really cool. Zerial. When I started playing, they were the newest legend, so I guess I like reminiscing on that time. Imugi.
I like turtles.
Yumiko. She has a true zero to death combo. I have to admit that's pretty cool. Jala. Her down sig on Axe is pretty satisfying to hit, I can't lie. Ember. I like how despite her low defense, she doesn't count as a glass cannon as she still struggles to kill. Red Raptor. He has one of the coolest skins in the game. I'm pretty jealous about this one. Jaeyun. Even though I absolutely despise this legend, I have to give credit where credit's due. He's loosely based off Guts, which earns him at least a bit of respect, I suppose. Scarlet. I like her goggles, I guess. You know when a girl thinks somebody's ugly, so she compliments her outfit instead? Yeah, exactly like that. Loki. I like that this legend struggles to KO. Can you imagine how many Lokis we would see if he had like 7 or 8 strength? Mordex. I'm definitely biased about Mordex, but I like everything about him. Except maybe his neutral and side sig on gauntlets. Mako. I love that she gives more backstory on Thatch and his history as Poseidon. Koji. I like the Shin Sekai Koji skin. It has one of the best sword and bow skins in the game, and I'm personally jealous of the sword. Cassidy. I like that the deck stance actually matters on this character. This is how it should be for everyone else. Ada. I love her N sig on Spear. Everyone knows how much I love spike signatures by now. Reno. His design is cool, I like the idea of an intergalactic bounty hunter, but I think it fell short. Partly because I don't think Orb was the right call. Vivi. I dislike this character quite a bunch, but I respect the attempt at trying to implement some sort of zoning into Brawlhalla. Sentinel? The rework on the side sig is a nice touch, and I think other older legends should get the same love in the future. Fate? I like that she has active input on some of her signatures. Barraza. His axe neutral sig is ridiculously good, especially if you slide charge it and treat it like a scythe neutral air. Lord Vrax. See, this is why a video like this is tough. What am I supposed to say about him? My mom always taught me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Munin. She's Odin's watchful eye. I like that she's from Asgard. We need more characters to flesh out the lore behind the grand tournament itself. Kaya. Honestly, I sometimes forget she exists, but I really like that her pet mammoth is called Blue. You know, for Blue Mammoth games. Petra. She's so based, she gets her own map. I hope we'll eventually have a map based on every legend's backstory. Zul. He's hard to deal with, but I like the idea of more legends with 10 in 1 stat. Hopefully it's a 10-dex legend next. Cross. He just has a really cool design. I love that he found a loophole in the deal he made with the devil, and managed to keep his demon powers and the coin. Sidra. You all know I'm a fan of spike signatures, and Sidra's D-Sig has some potential for some 0 to deaths I want to try in the future. Lucien. His down sig on Katars is a really underrated signature, especially for edge guarding. Hattori. I love the Japanese inspiration. She even has a haiku written about her in her lore page. And lastly, Thea. I love that her sigs do no damage. Can you imagine how much of a nightmare she'd be with the power of Taros behind her sigs? So there you have it. One thing I like about every legend in Brawlhalla. Believe it or not, this was harder than I thought it would be to make, so leave me a like and leave some suggestions about what you want to see in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.